Hey, this is day 2 on breaking a heifer, how to lead. Just to kind of go over what I went over in day 1. This heifer is wearing my ultimate halter, which has buttons on the inside, pressure points, at the pole, on the sides, and also on the nose here, right here on the nose. So today I'm going to kind of go through some of the things I did with her in day 1. And probably work a lot on desensitizing her. A lot of the stuff I did was approximately 3 feet away from her. So I'm going to work on desensitizing her and getting her more comfortable with me getting a lot closer to her. So I'm going to start moving her around here. Just move control of her feet. And you can tell this time she's definitely a lot duller, not to be quite concerned with the movement. She's getting a lot responsive to the halter. I'm going to work on this front end a little bit. 2 eyes, the front end moving over. A lot different than day 1 here. Get a lot more duller, a lot more relaxed around her. Big difference from day 1. I mean, she's standing here more relaxed, not trying to get away from me. Okay. Like I said before, just the approach and retreat. Good. Easy. Good job. Yeah. And this is good. Getting her to do a few things here, and I can award her for it now. Getting a lot more relaxed. Good. Yeah. definitely gonna work a lot here on rubbing on her. And getting her relaxed. And, you know, this is a heifer that had never been touched. And most of the time, nobody starts an 800-pound heifer and start working with it and getting it, trying to get it to lead. The thing of it is, you're sitting here watching day one and watching day two, and you're probably thinking, there's no way that he's had to work with this heifer a bunch in between, and I haven't. So here I'm just gonna mainly just talk at the same time, rubbing on her, and just see how far she listens until she gets upset here or gets nervous. The biggest thing is on these guys is rubbing. Rubbing is very important. Being able to get them relaxed and want to be praised for what they're doing for you. Now, like I said before, she has a little problem here on the right side. So, I'm just going to go here and just see if I can get her to relax. Easy. And she's definitely a lot more comfortable with me on moving around her. And this halter helps a lot on the pressure points where you can pull, and like I said before, and a release. And the thing with her is, got to get her to come, willing to come up to me and not be afraid to come. Good, good, good. This is the biggest thing that's really great is from day one, this is day two, how much change we have on touching and her being relaxed. And let me come up to her and rub on her. And treat. Treat. Come here. And right now, I'm still not out beside her or you know, leading her normally. And she will. I mean, for her letting me touch her and get close to her like this and being relaxed is definitely a little more than I expected this quickly today. So I'm gonna definitely work on this a bunch, and then ask her a little bit of things for me, and then praise her for it. Even if it's very small, it doesn't have to be a lot. Right there, good. I've got to have her expecting to be petted and want to be rubbed on, and really take this rubbing and this touching as a reward. And like I said before, I mean, this is a heifer that's been out in the field. Nobody's done anything with her, just whatever she was done in the chute. Doing pretty well, and actually pretty relaxed here. So desensitize with the rope a little bit, which actually I'm touching on the other side, just to see desensitizing the other side by standing on this side. She handles pretty well. Oops. Not supposed to smack him in the rump. Okay. And with the halter, we would keep that head pretty much right towards me here with just a little jiggle. Not a whole lot of effort. And this is not a have-to thing. I'm just desensitizing this leg a touch, just to see how she handles it. Just to rope back and forth. Just desensitizing the leg. Yeah. When I change down to down position, I have to be real careful here because everything changes. Yeah. And I'm upsetting her here. We'll see if she comes down a little bit. And you can tell once I got down in the squat position, she got threatened a little bit. Good. Like I said, when I get in squat position, she gets a little concerned. I'm going to desensitize this leg here too, and just being able to touch it. At the same time in the squatting position. Okay. Good. Like I say, I'm just doing a lot of desensitizing here. Major change from day one, so I'm not talking a whole lot just because of trying to desensitize this heifer. I'm going to try to desensitize it back in here, the leg, maybe. And this is not something that has to be done. And by doing this, the rope back and forth, I'm able to actually be rubbing on this leg with the rope. And she wanted to take off. Just put a little pressure up, get her leg up. Which, like I say, this is not a have-to thing. I'm just doing it, getting her used to it, just because I can. Good. Good job. And I can't say this enough. These guys gotta be rewarded. They have to be rewarded and let them know they did a good job. And then they try much harder for you. And you can tell she's waiting for this ped and being petted and let her know that she did a good job. I'm going to try to desensitize the other leg here in the back. This is the leg that she's a couple of times acted very sensitive with. And I'll see if I can desensitize it too. And like I said, you're probably saying, well, we don't need to do that. Well, you probably don't. I'm not saying, I'm just I'm able to rub this leg with this rope. And with my halter on, if she takes off, all I gotta do is pull her head around, just like that. She just pushes her head right around. And I'm actually rubbing this leg back here. Got a little pressure on it. And with the halter, I'm able to do this and have control of this head here. And if she fights, I let her have her leg back. she's getting a little upset, but that's all right, she'll quit here in a minute. Go back to desensitizing here. Now she wants to take off. Let's press her down. Good girl, just lift it up. Good. Good. You're fine. Good. And like I said before, that was the leg that she seemed like whenever she got upset, that's the leg she wanted to kick with, so we'll do some more desensitizing with it. Good. And she's really definitely accepting me today, pretty much right up against her, which is good. Good. Like I said, when you get him to take a few steps, just a little rubbing on him, a little praise. Get a little stubborn here, which is fine. Desensitized her, desensitized her legs, got her wanting to hang out with me, got her walking around with me, and walking with me, and waiting to be praised. So now we're going to tie her to the wall for the first time, and we'll see how she acts being tied up with the ultimate halter. Okay, this is her first time being tied up here, so I'm going to move her around a little bit and see what she does. And I left her a little loose, just so she can have room to back off of the buttons on the halter. And like I say, this is the first time she's ever been tied up. You see her, she pulled on it, and then as soon as she pulls for a few minutes, she usually backs off of it and gets the halter off of her. Just like right there, she backed off. Now she's standing there pretty loose. Now she's going to try to go the other way here, and we'll see if she'll back off in butt. There we go. She's realizing even tied up that all she's got to do is back off in buttons, and it feels a whole lot better. Good girl. You're okay. You're all right. And I say if she was tied up for couple hours, I'd say she would definitely learn pretty quickly how to back off them buttons, which she did pretty good. So this is pretty much done for day 2, and I'll see everybody day 3. Thanks.